Hello everyone, Miss Christina here. Welcome back to our Vocal Health Tip of the Day series. I'm here with Vocal Health Tip number 4, which is watch your speaking voice. Our speaking voice is the way we use our voice most often in everyday use, and if we aren't careful, bad habits can creep in and have a big impact on our singing voices as well. So we want to be careful that whenever we're speaking, we are still using our support system. We're not kind of letting things trail off into what's called vocal fry, which I'll explain in a minute. And we're not pushing to be too loud without using our good support system, because that can cause tension and make everything tired. So in our culture, we have a tendency to sometimes speak in a range called vocal fry, which kind of sounds like this. And some of you might recognize this type of speech as like Valley Girl speech, where people just kind of talk like this down here and like their voice sounds a little like gravelly. That's vocal fry. And it's really not good for us to talk down there all the time. So if you find that you're noticing your voice sounds a little gravelly like this sometimes, be careful. Try and think more speaking more like you're thinking like you're on stage and you want your voice to carry a little bit more so it's more resonant and it's working a little bit more efficiently, not so much down here. But the most common way in our culture that vocal fry kind of creeps in is we let it creep in at the ends of our phrases. For example, somebody might say, well, I'm really feeling tired, or I'm kind of hungry. Do you want to go get something to eat? And they'll kind of let things trail off into vocal fry at the end of our phrases. And we don't want to do that either, because that's still causing unnecessary fatigue that we don't want in our vocal cords. The other thing to consider is how we're using our voice in group settings. So if you're somebody that loves to talk like me, you want to be extra careful, because if you are in a loud environment like a birthday party or a loud restaurant or something like that, and you really want to be heard, you'll tend to start pushing your voice a little bit, and that's when we can get tired and lose our voice and cause tension, and that can lead to vocal damage down the line. So we really want to make sure that when we're trying to speak up, we're still thinking about our support system, just like we would when we're singing. We want to engage our support muscles, use good technique. And the way that I suggest doing that is if you're someone that's active in theater, you've definitely practiced how to project your voice. Think about that. Don't just think like you're yelling to be heard in this restaurant. Really think, no, I'm projecting now. Let me engage this skill that I've practiced and that I've learned, and let me implement it here. And those are all really easy ways to make sure that our speaking voice is staying healthy so that our singing voice can then also be healthy. And that is the vocal health tip for today.